lose everything around me. And as a young kid coming up, they would tell me, young nigga get the cream, young nigga get the cream, young nigga get the cream, young nigga get your cream, young nigga get the cream, young nigga get the cream, young nigga get the cream, young nigga get your cream. Gotta go hard for the mail. It's hard out here for a young black male. Me and my nigga got locked in a cell. Hands in cuffs and I still said a prayer. On Drew Court, putting one in the air. If the money right, then we all smoke good. Some like blunts and some niggas like wood. Me, I had my kush in the backwood. Hanging out the window when we driving down the west side. Looking like who wanted out here. Man, I gotta get some money out here. Cause these niggas hella funny out here.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode.
Yo.
Hey, this shit is live.
Hello, world.
So we got this fucking shit going on Discord video call for the first time. It's dope as fuck. Hopefully you guys can let me know what it's like, how it's looking like on your guys' end. I'm gonna actually 4-team NBA trade just happened right now.
Oh, it just went through?
Hawks got Capella, Rockets got Covington, Wolves got first round pick, Beasley, Turner, and Nuggets get Gerald Green first round pick.
Oh, man.
So you're telling me
finally something went through. That's good.
That's all you wanted for Capella was Covington? That's all you got?
They just want to play small. That's it. They just want to commit to playing small. No big men out there. They want PJ Tucker to be their small ball 5. And they just want to I'm not even sure what this does for them, but I mean, damn, that's crazy. I'm glad something happened. That's exciting.
And T-Wolves got Atlanta first round pick.
Unprotected this year's?
It doesn't say protected or unprotected, so I can't say exactly.
Oh, okay.
But
I was about to say, because they have the worst record in the East. That's like a salivating pick right there.
Oh, you know what? This shit is super laggy.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I just turned on the stream right now, and it's like way behind.
Oh yeah.
I just assumed it was because I was right here, but then I realized like I'm on my phone and that's like the TV.
Yeah, it's okay to have a delay, but it being this laggy, I think it's just my laptop probably not being able to process the video call along with the stream.
Do you want to just go to just see how it looks when I'm just talking regular without the video?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, just turn that off.
All right.
I wonder if it cleaned it up a little bit.
Let me see. I'm about to adjust some shit right now. Right, remove that.
On.
So there might be a little bit.
Turn it off now. I'm not gonna be on the camera. That's comedy. My bad. A lot of things going on off camera. Live stuff going on.
So I'm gonna give it some time to see what happens after I've already taken off the I'm gonna give it some time to see what happens after I've already taken off the I gotta let the fucking stream catch up a little bit because it's super laggy right now.
Yeah, it's very behind.
I'm almost thinking if I should just restart this bitch.
Maybe we should just restart it like normal, like just normal audio all the way.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and restart this bitch. Oh, it's actually getting better. I see this shit getting, but I'm gonna. All right. So we're live now, but it's still saying that there's an issue here. Your stream is experiencing issues. Can you hear me?
Yo.
All right, for sure. I just needed to restart Streamlabs.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit wasn't working. So with that restarted, we should be completely good to go.
For sure. Hope we get some people up in here.
I know.
See what's cracking.
And it's still. Oh yeah, this shit is way better.
Okay, good.
Shit is way better. So let's get into that. Man, I guess you got to get into Kobe. No one knows really our Kobe thing.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah, so I'll let you. I guess I'll just let you, say what you need to say about how you fucking felt about that whole thing.
Man, so at least it's been some time now since we've had our last episode and all this craziness has happened. This emptiness that's inside of Laker Nation right now is just overwhelming. And just like to lose your hero and your idol, the person who made you fall in love with the sport that you grew fanatic over because of his play, because of his heroics and everything that he stood for, and playing with him on all the video games coming up. We're like in that video game generation where the basketball games got crazy, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
Kobe was right there, you know what I'm saying, as the man on every game. Like, especially as a Laker fan, you run with the Lakers immediately. Like, you learn Kobe's moves better than everybody. Like, it's just to know that he's not here to continue to spread his legacy and continue to do all the things that he was doing post-career, which most people probably thought like Kobe was so basketball obsessed he wouldn't even be able to have a solid post-career, but he was thriving in his post-career. And for that to be cut short, and then just it's always a tragedy when child's lives are lost, man. It just leaves you speechless and just leaves you feeling for all those people and all those families that were affected by it. It's just like, and then just like that little boy in you, that young fan is like, man, my guy, like, he's not here no more. And like, it's just so many heroics and just watching him in the playoffs. And I remember the fadeaway he hit, and then he slapped Alvin Gentry's butt versus the Suns. I think it was the Western Conference Finals. You just remember all those moments, like just so many countless moments of things that Kobe's done. Winning the championship versus Orlando to get the first one without Shaq, that was like monumental. He balled out that series, like, and Derek Fisher also balled out that series too. Hit some big threes, but man, just so many things that Kobe did. Then winning versus Boston after losing to Boston in 08 when Kobe won the MVP. It's just like, man, if you follow this guy the way we have, and if he means as much to you the way he means to me, and I know how he means to you, it's just been a crazy time just to be a fan and think like he's the great out of all the all-time greats. He's like the one who's not here no more, and he's your all-time great, like your specific era. Like, man, that's tough. We're born in 92. He got started in 96. Like, he is everything we know about the game of basketball and love about the game of basketball. So it's a void, man. It's an empty void. It's an emptiness. But, I just feel for everybody. I feel for his wife and his kids and every family that was affected. It's just tragic. The pilot, all of it, just super tragic.
Yeah, we literally, like you said, we're born 92. And he came in 96, and he really didn't start hooping until like really 99, really.
Yeah, for real.
So we really seen that shit. We really grew up with that shit. Like you said, like you had courtside, I had courtside. That was really what got me started. And what was crazy, like even though having that game, my favorite Laker, like even with Shaq on that bitch, and all these other great players on that team, Nick Van Exel or whatever. My favorite guy was Eddie Jones.
Yeah.
And so I remember when Eddie Jones first got traded, I was like, what the fuck are the Lakers doing? Like, this is an all-star shooting guard, small forward. Like, you could play both of these guys together. Why are you trading Eddie Jones? And then it's just fucking Kobe Bryant just made me forget. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
very quickly.
Like, there was like Eddie Jones. Like, what do you mean? So it's really
crazy.
I still think about it like, I don't think about it tough no more, but I do think about it and like, I'm just like, I woke up just in the wrong universe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
for real.
It almost felt like when I wake up, I'm going to wake up in the right one and it's all going to just be normal. But that shit is not like that. Like, it's just crazy. And I've always wondered, like, why people feel some kind of way, like some deep connection to like famous people that they don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, when you grow up with that person and idolizing
Mm-hmm.
that person, and
Yep.
you cheer
This
for
is
that person, you truly want just the best. You want that, like, this is what people don't understand about sports is like when you have a team and your favorite players, you almost treat them like a family member where you all you want them to do is succeed.
exactly.
You want them to be the best they can be. You want them to reach every goal that they possibly can that they have. And when you have that kind of like, I guess that kind of bond, I guess, with someone that doesn't know you, but you're still rooting that hard for them, it's like fuck, it just creeps up, and it really hurts when you lose somebody like that. It's crazy.
It really is, and this is the first one celebrity passing that really puts things into perspective, like as far as how people feel and how people grieve when it's somebody like you said that you don't even know personally, but it's like you know them more personally than some of your own family members. It feels like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean, because it's just you watch this person, you grew as this person grew into their profession and grew into their stardom. You know what I'm saying? It's just super painful just to know that Kobe's not here no more. Like, man, he was just about to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. You want to hear that speech. You want to hear, what his next levels of greatness were. He still had more levels of greatness because that's Kobe. He's a once in a lifetime. He's an all timer, all time basketball player and all time thinker. Just a real smart guy, real sharp dude. And it's just we lost one of the geniuses of our era, one of the artists. He painted a picture on the court. You know what I'm saying? Every time he was out there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's tough without him. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. It hits you like a ton of bricks sometimes. It's like, man, this
And
dude, you could have been like, and he was really in his peak and prime through like our high school years. So it's like, could have had a bad day at school or whatever. Could have been arguing with your high school girlfriend, or grades could have been slipping, whatever the case might have been. And you turn on KCAL 9 or Fox Sports West at 7:30, and Kobe's about to put on the show. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you went through, whatever you're dealing with, like he takes you from that place for those 2.5 hours, and he's putting up 40s, putting up 50 or 60, and he's going for game winners, and he's putting it all out there, and you're like, well, I could keep going on my day because that dude just played with a dislocated finger. You know what I'm saying? It was still making shots and still hitting turnaround fadeaways and everything,
yeah,
with his finger bent the other way. You know what I'm saying? Or his knee just got shot up in Germany with some super medicine so he could play like and be at the best of his ability for the Laker faithful, for the Laker fans. And if you're a real Laker fan, you appreciate that more than anything.
yeah. Well, fucking, so that was fucking perfectly put. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, man, that's our guy, man. That's my guy. It's tough.
yeah, it's super tough. And I look back a little bit. I'm a little disappointed we lost that game to the Blazers, but it was really
Yeah.
a good game to like just kind of get over it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? To put
Yep.
shit back
Yep.
into perspective where it's like, okay, now it's time to really start moving on from this. And I think if it was a win, it would have been way too emotional. It still would have felt surreal. It still would have felt like it would have been just like just surreal. You know what I'm saying? And a loss
Yeah.
really put it into perspective.
And kind of had to snap them back into the midst of, okay, now we're back into our season. Now we know that this season is going to be different from any other one because there's this extra layer of just presence, of meaning to this season now. It just is. It's like whether it's fair or not, whether it's something that this or that team can handle or supposed to be able to handle, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, so now it should galvanize the roster. Guys should become even closer than they already are. And I'm just expecting a great team going forward. And I hope that that level of intensity, they always know that they can bring that. You know what I'm saying? And it's still a long season, and All-Star break is still coming up here soon. So I'm not saying that they're not going to drop games here or there, but I think this team should have a different fire about them. And I seen something from LeBron tonight. I know we're going to probably get into that a little bit later, but I think this team is heading in the right direction. And I think this really, really like made the guys closer and even closer to the coaching staff and the front office, because the front office has real Kobe ties. The coaching staff has some Kobe ties. So it's just like it hits everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The roster with Kuzma being mentored by Kobe and Quinn Cook being the biggest Laker fan of all time, and even AD being mentored by Kobe in the 2012 Olympics after he got drafted by New Orleans. Before he even played in the summer league, he was in the Olympics with LeBron and Kobe, and so it's just like there's so many Laker ties through the roster and through the front office, and Kobe ties. I think that it just makes everybody that much closer. It brings everybody that much more together to reach a common goal.
Yeah. And I've already told you this off stream, but on stream,
Mhm.
just to have it on there, I think it also put into perspective where I'm not just gonna probably ever again just hate on somebody like LeBron just because he's not a
Yeah.
Laker. You know what I'm saying? And not
Yep. For
appreciate
real.
his greatness, not appreciate what he's doing in the moment, especially with him being a Laker now.
Mm-hmm.
I think, that's just wasted energy. I don't think I'll do that again. But you brought up some good things to kind of segue off of this topic. Because I don't want to kind of put on it. I don't want to talk about it a little bit too much because it is old news and
Yeah.
everybody is just kind of like just
Trying to get out of it, trying to climb through it, and get
yeah.
back into, what I'm saying,
So to
regular
say,
basketball as much as possible. So we can segue away from that. But RIP Kobe and the rest of the lives that were lost, man. That shit's crazy every day.
yeah, that sucks, man. And then but you mentioned the All Star game, man, and our guy
Oh, yeah.
Brandon Ingram is an All Star.
B.I. Let's
Jay,
go.
Jason Tatum is an All Star. Devin Booker isn't. Karl Anthony Towns isn't. Bradley Beal. I'm low key surprised that Bradley Beal isn't an All Star and Pascal Siakam is.
Yeah.
But what do you think
Kyrie didn't make
about?
the All-Star team, did he?
Oh shit, I didn't even think about that. But he didn't even play enough games though.
I know. He didn't even play a lot of games.
Yeah, but what do you think about how that direction is kind of like going with the All Star voting? With like you
I
got to be
don't
on a
know. It's
winning
just,
team,
yeah, you can't
winning
keep
team.
doing
You
that,
gotta,
man. And I don't know. Do the Miami Heat deserve to have two All-Stars just because they're a good surprise team?
nah, I think
Like,
Jimmy Butler is the only really true All Star
you know what
there.
I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Bam is solid. Bam is having a really good all-around season, but 15, 10, and a good amount of assists and really, really good defense doesn't scream All-Star like 27, 6, and 5 on great percentages does. You know what I mean? So I really don't like that at all.
yeah. The only way that shit's gonna change is if the 16 best players, regardless of conference, get voted into the All Star team. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because it's a little wild right now. Like, you got guys making it that shouldn't even make it. Like,
Unless
good
they
role players.
unless they
You know what I'm
expand it.
saying?
If they expand the All Star team to like what's the roster on the NBA? Is it's 15 players?
I think it is. I want to say, is it 12 from each conference?
I think right now it's currently 12 that only make it.
Yeah, I think it's 12 from each conference. And I think people were saying it should be I think people are saying that it should be 15 on each roster because there's 3 all NBA teams, you know what I'm saying? So it could be like the West 3 NBA all NBA teams versus East 3 all NBA teams, but who knows what they're ever going to do with that.
Yeah, I
The
agree with
All-Star
that though.
game is a trip. Yeah, that would be tight.
Yeah, 15 players from each conference should make it. That should just whoever's an All Star is gonna make the team at that point. Because we're only really tripping about 3 guys: Bradley Beal, Karl Anthony Towns, and Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Like even Chris Middleton, like what?
I know, like, I love DeMontis Sabonis, and I love what he's done. I feel like he's been All-Star caliber, but I don't think he's more of an All-Star than Bradley Beal.
Yeah, these are just surprise players that we're now just putting in that bitch. Like I could even say, I mean, if I get out of my fandom, I could probably say Brandon Ingram probably doesn't really should be in there. But at the same time, if we're talking Brandon Ingram, Devin Booker, and Karl Anthony Towns, the Pelicans are the best team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so if we're going by that now, which we clearly are, it seems, then there's no reason why Booker or Towns should be going crazy that they're not in there when.
Yeah, and why is everybody throwing around the word political when they don't make it? It's
Yeah.
this game is political. It's not the game I fell in love with. Like, Come on, man. Like, make sure you're winning and make sure you're doing what you got to do. It's unfair. It's unjust in certain ways, but you're in the NBA. You're still the face of your team's franchise. You didn't make the All-Star team, but if you're doing what you're supposed to be, what you're starting to turn that corner now, you're a 2015 draft pick. It's now 2020. We got to start doing some winning here. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of worrying about if we're an All-Star, if we're this or that, we got to start winning. And then that stuff will fall into place.
Yeah, you got to start.
I understand you want those accolades. Those accolades mean something, and it's important. But I mean, you'll get there, obviously. But if you handled a little bit more business, you would be there regardless.
Like, you got to think about it. A team like the Pacers, that without Oladipo, really just were relying on someone to just step up and be that guy for him. You know what I'm saying? And Sabonis was able to do that for him. No one's seen that coming at that level. So
At all.
Everyone expects that level of play from Karl Anthony Towns. So why can't Karl Anthony Towns kind of
win? Yep.
You know what
win
I'm
like Sabonis.
Yeah. Why can't you win like Sabonis? Is it because he has a better team, better coach, or is it just because he's just one of those basketball players that just knows how to translate his game into wins? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep, that's true. And honestly, like, when it comes to, okay, well, BI made it over this person, and that person. Well, I believe that BI is having a better season than Russell Westbrook so far this year, and Russell Westbrook made it. I believe that BI individually is having a better year than Chris Paul, and Chris Paul made it.
Yeah.
I think those are the two guys that you want to argue about if you're a Booker or a Towns, like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Chris Paul's in OKC. OKC is in the playoffs. Chris Paul is supposed to be way past his prime. Chris Paul is busting ass every night in OKC, like, no games being played. He deserves to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna be there.
And almost
he's Chris Paul.
And the Thunder almost look like a better team with Chris Paul there.
Exactly.
Like, I'm starting to think, like, what if Durant had Chris Paul on that team instead of Westbrook?
Oh, they're winning championships.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he almost looks that. It's crazy because why would even Houston trade that? You know what I'm saying? Someone that valuable that can make the Thunder look like they're actually a playoff contender.
Exactly. You kept getting close and close and close, like, and you just kept having bad luck and bad energy. Like, you never know when it was going to come all the way together, especially if Harden is this super duper high usage monster that can put up these historic numbers. Chris Paul is better to play with somebody like that than Russ is. I think Chris Paul can manage that better than Russell Westbrook can.
You know what's wild? I'm sidetracking a little bit, but I'm trying to see, like, the exact details of this trade.
I'm looking at it too.
The Rockets traded both Capella and Nene. Like, what other center do they even have?
They're going away from it, bro. They're done with it. They have Tyson Chandler still.
Oh, that's it, huh? And then old boy from Germany.
Yep. Oh, Hardenstein.
Yeah. Wow. I wonder if that's going to play out. Like, I wonder how that's going to play out because it's not like PJ Tucker's Draymond Green. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can't just
real.
slot PJ Tucker at the 5 and expect it to work how the Warriors had it working.
Yeah, they just want to run. They're going to try to run teams out of the building.
And I don't know if I like giving up my first round pick if it has no protections in that bitch for Clint Capella.
Man, it's just a weird deal all the way around. Like, you could have got a higher ceiling type of player if you're the Atlanta Hawks. You have the worst record in the East. You don't know what that's going to turn into. Yeah. But I guess, like, Trae Young was getting frustrated. And just like, I think when we were live together, we talked about the pull that a player can have over his franchise. I think we're talking about if Luka gets that type of pull, if he's going to want that type of pull, right?
Yeah.
I think that was like an episode or two ago. And it seems that Trae Young has been so frustrated with all the losing while putting up the huge numbers, and he doesn't want to play with a whole bunch of young guys anymore. And he's basically saying, well, I don't want James Wiseman. I don't want Anthony Edwards. I don't want this
Mm-hmm.
player or that player. I want somebody who's been there and done that a little bit to help take my game to the next level and this team to the next level. And I guess it may make them a little bit more attractive in free agency, you know what I'm saying, to some, some decent role players and stuff like that. You
But you
got
got
Atlanta, you got the right market, you know what I'm saying? If you have the right players, looks like it's headed in the right direction. You didn't lose a lot of your young talent. You know what I'm saying? I guess you just keep on moving forward.
But what do you do with like a player like John Collins, who's probably gonna want something close to the max? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true.
You got a guy like Trey Young. Of course, you got to give Trey the max. And
Yeah, but
then
you're luckily still a couple of years away from doing that.
with
I
John
wonder
Collins,
if
I think is next year.
next year is Lonzo Ball in them. I
Didn't
mean, you can give it to him next year, but you don't have to.
he
Next
wasn't
year is
drafted
like,
with Lonzo?
huh?
He wasn't drafted with Lonzo.
No, he's the year after that. So he's
Oh,
still a good
okay.
2 years away. Like he's with Luca and them. So Lonzo and Tatum and all those guys are up next summer to get their deals.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, it's those guys like Luca and Aiton and Bagley and those in that class. So you
Ooh, I
still
don't
got
even.
this summer and next summer to not have to barely have to pay Trey Young, and you can sign whoever you want and go over your cap to sign them. So you still got this summer and next summer to maneuver through that.
Yeah, I don't
So
know if I want to give anything to John Collins that's more than like 15.
oh yeah, he's definitely gonna want more than that.
Yeah, I don't know
I
if
would
I
have looked
want
to
that.
move him. I like Capella with the stretch four or like a big small forward playing the four position.
Like I would personally just try to put all my eggs in the DeAndre Hunter basket and
Mm-hmm.
and see what he can actually do, and moving John Collins for something that I mean, the Knicks are
Yep.
in the fucking trying to
Get
buy
that
in right
pick back.
now. Yeah,
Something. I don't know what their I don't know why I said that so many times in a row. But I don't know what their strategy is like. What is their direction? Are you
I
also going to look to get a veteran wing player to look to move like maybe a Cam Reddish and a Werder in a future pick and maybe get something on the wing too that's more established, or what are you really looking to do? Are you still going to wait and develop those guys, although you don't want to wait and develop whatever this draft pick would have been, which might land at number 1. If
and
they
I
just traded Minnesota the first overall pick in the draft, and Minnesota ends up picking like 4 or 5 or something like that, I still think Minnesota is going to mess that up.
I hope not.
I still think Minnesota is going to somehow not know what to do with that.
That'd be fucking wild if they just.
That would be insane though, because if you get 2 top 5 picks in this draft, you should be all right. I don't know if you're going to be perfect, but you should be fine.
I mean, two top 5 picks, and what else do they have that they can? They got Jared Culver. They have
Still got Wiggins. Doesn't look like the D'Lo thing's happening, but you might probably want to revisit that in the summer if you know what I'm saying, you have all these assets.
you got all those assets. You might as well fuck around and talk about Bradley Beal.
Yeah, for real. Just do whatever.
Or say fuck
You know
it,
what I'm saying?
go complete rebuild mode and send Town somewhere and take the Suns pick, take DeAndre Ayton, and just rebuild that bitch. You got 3 top 7 picks.
Hell yeah. Just rebuild from scratch. That's what I would do if I was Minnesota. I'd already be like trying to figure out what the Karl Anthony Towns business is really going to lead me to. I would really start thinking about, okay, where are we really headed?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Where are we really headed?
Another fucking guy that I've been seeing turn it up late is Jokic.
Oh, yeah, he's back on his A game. And the Nuggets are back to being very scary as a
Mm-hmm.
regular season team. And with Michael Porter Jr. coming into his own, they might be a little bit more dangerous in the playoffs. They just moved Malik Beasley, though.
Did they
So
really?
they moved Malik Beasley. He
For
headed to Minnesota
for what?
in the deal, right?
Nah.
Yeah, they got Malik Beasley.
Oh shit. Yup.
Yeah. Atlanta got Clint Capella and Nene. Houston got Covington and Jordan Bell. Denver
Oh.
got Noah Vonleh, Gerald Green, Shabazz Napier, Keanu Bates Diop in a first. And Minnesota got Juancho Hernan Gomez, Evan Turner, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt in a first.
Damn, they got some shit. That's crazy. Right
Yeah,
now we're
some
talking
pieces
about that.
moved. Man, Keanu Bates Diop going to Denver. I mean, dang, he's a pretty good little asset.
We got somebody in the chat. You got Henny in the chat. Wants to know what the
Penny,
topic
what's the
is.
dilly?
We're talking about the trade that just went through with the Rockets, the Nuggets.
Big deal. 4-team deal. Big trade deadline deal.
Atlanta, Minnesota. That's fucking wild. I mean, Malik Beasley's a solid ass backup.
He is a good player. I like that.
I mean, I think for right now, what fucking Shabazz Napier is Minnesota's starting point guard?
Shabazz Napier is headed to Denver now. I don't know who's being the point guard in Minnesota now.
It would have to be
Tyus Jones, right?
I don't even. Is he still playing for Minnesota?
No, he's in. Is he in Memphis now?
I want to say he's in. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, who's their point guard? They're setting up to draft a point guard.
LaMelo.
They're opening up to draft a point guard in Minnesota or to trade for one.
Probably gonna fuck up and take Cole Anthony.
Because Teague is gone. Yeah, I would see maybe a Cole Anthony land in there. Or if they did that for Nico Mannion from Arizona, that's crazy.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. But right now, let me see. So Capella from Houston is going to Atlanta with Nene.
Oh, yep.
Houston is getting Covington and Jordan Bell. Denver's getting Noah Vonleh, Gerald Green, Shabazz Napier, some other dude, and a first. And then Minnesota's getting Atlanta's first with Malik Beasley, Evan Turner, Jared Vanderbilt. Yo, I thought Jared Vanderbilt would be a lot better than what he is right now.
Me too. He has a lot of talent. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, that's fucking disappointing. But I think he's misplaced,
some people like Juancho Hernan Gomez, too. Some people like the talent there. Stretch big man. Didn't get a lot of playing time in Denver.
I didn't even know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, I mean, he has some talent. Juancho Hernan Gomez has a lot of talent. He just hasn't got a lot of minutes in Denver because he's a slow kind of European big man who can't defend, kind of like Jokic. So he's kind of hidden there.
Oh, I forgot Minnesota traded Jeff Teague to the Hawks.
Yep.
I don't know if
they have no point guard. And are the Hawks going to run the Hawks really felt that pressure from Trae Young to surround him with some veterans. They really want to try to win some games for whatever reason in Atlanta.
I don't know how I feel about Jeff Teague.
Me either.
The great part about that though, he's on an expiring, so
yeah, that's cool. Get him, just have him around Trae for a year, I guess. But I said, what are they trying to push for? You're already done.
Yeah, Henny said Houston ain't getting nothing. They should have got a stretch big at least. They should have got some kind of big in return. Them boys ain't gonna get no boards, bro. PJ Tucker's gonna.
Jordan Bell is a big. You know what I'm saying? Big-ish. He plays the big man position.
Damn, they're really going super small. That's crazy. I wouldn't even.
Yeah, they committed to it.
Good luck. Good luck playing the Lakers. Good luck playing the Clippers.
The Clippers are supposedly aggressively shopping Montrezl Harrell.
Shut up.
No lie.
You gotta be fucking crazy. Damn, they must think he's 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, they can't bring him back, so you probably should get something for him unless you think he's pivotal to your championship chances. I think he is pretty important to their championship chances. Me personally, he makes their team kind of ridiculous. Him and Lou Will coming off the bench running that pick and roll makes them kind of unfair a little bit.
That shit, and he's coming, man, that's fucking insane. If they end up trading Harrell, bro, he doesn't even make a lot. What's he making, 7? 7, 8? What do you possibly...
It's going in and out, bro. Our connection's going in and out.
Oh, yeah? Can you hear me now?
All right, it's back now.
Okay, but you gotta like, what are you gonna get in return for Harold at 7 or 8 million? Like you're
I
almost in a
know it's tough.
position where you gotta package him with a Beverly just to make it. Benji Buckets, thanks for the follow, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Benji
Appreciate you.
Buckets, what's the deal?
Trez is a dog, man. I know the Clippers would be crazy if they traded. Especially, I mean, what are you getting though? What do you want? What more could you
Exactly.
honestly want other than like someone like fucking DeAndre Jordan back? DeAndre Jordan would be a beast on this fucking team.
Oh yeah, it'd be crazy. They want. I know they want a rim protecting big man who can jump a little bit, who can jump over a phone book better than Zubac can. But can you really get that at 7-8 million a year? You can't get Drummond. I know they probably would love to bring Drummond back, but you got to put a lot of stuff together for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shamit would have to go. Robinson would have to go. Harkless, like Jermichael Green. So many guys have to go if they want to bring like an Andre Drummond back.
And that would even put Detroit in a weird situation because it's like
Exactly.
they don't
What are
want
you really doing with
guys
that?
that's gonna yeah.
It's like you're doing the Clippers a favor if you're Detroit.
Low key.
For what? Yeah, like, and really for what?
Yeah, that's fucking wild, man.
You want something with some high upside coming back if you're moving Drummond.
Mm-hmm.
Even though if I'm Detroit, I would love to be with Detroit right now because I would strip my whole franchise down.
Joby says I'm a big Drummond guy. Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, Drummond's great. Best rebounder in the game for sure.
Yeah. Super
Like the rebounding,
athletic.
he's the rebounding champ. But
Yeah.
Detroit's not going nowhere with their core pieces. They ruined the Andre Drummond era. It's you see teams ruin eras with their good player, their all-star players all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You ruined 7-8 years with Drummond. You didn't do anything with it. Now you might as well move on while he has a lot of value before he leaves this summer because I'm sure he's bouncing this summer.
So Henny wants to know what's our team. So we're both Laker fans, and I think I'm pretty confident in saying that we both feel pretty confident in being Pelican fans as a second team.
Yeah. Both Pelly's with the business.
Mostly because
we're
of
Lakers
Brandon Ingram. So
Brandon
Henny
Ingram
said,
fans.
what's crazy, like he's just grabbing a lot of boards. He's not even just grabbing like 8, 9, 7 a game. Like his bad games are like he's fucking scoring 12 points with like 13 boards. You know what I'm saying?
And when he's on, he can get you 25 and 22 any given night.
Exactly.
And
if he had a point guard like Trey, Young, and it
was quick guards and guards who want to penetrate and get to the lane, like it's a wrap. He's done a lot for Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose being able to get to the basket the way he has to rejuvenate his career. There's a reason why the Derrick Rose rebrand and rebuild is with Detroit. That he's damn near all-star again. He has a big man creating a lot of space for screens.
Yeah, when you make it tough on a defender to want to even attack a screen or even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I can't say that name. I'm sorry, bro. Somebody said hello in the chat, but I can't say that name. That's just Shernova. I'm not even going to attempt it. But what's going on, man?
I wish I could
Glad
say
to have
I'll
you.
give it a good attempt. What's up with you?
Go on
Nameless.
Twitch. Right now, I think everybody's popping on Twitch. No, I don't think anybody's on YouTube. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'm on Discord. That's all I got open.
Yeah, I don't think anybody. A Pizzle says he's a big D Rose guy. Me too, man.
Oh, yeah,
I would have loved.
Man, it's been amazing.
I would have loved to have seen him in the All-Star game since that shit's in Chicago. But
hell yeah, you could have made an excuse for him, especially out east and on the Eastern team. But I mean, you already got guys getting clipped. Yeah, you already got guys getting clipped though.
Yeah,
like
Bradley
Bill and stuff.
Bradley
Bill have been hot.
Yeah, he would have been super hot.
Like what? 18-6 makes it.
But I want to talk about this game from earlier too, with not just the Lakers, but the Pels, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm glad Brandon Ingram had the night that he had against Giannis, 12 for 19. I wish I was home to watch this shit.
He was going off, bro. I watched it. He was going off. Like where BI is at with his game, his comfort level, his confidence, his ball handling right now is just sick. They couldn't even handle him one-on-one. He has too much wiggle with that wingspan and that height and getting into that jump shot now. It's just he was playing wonderful tonight. Getting to the basket at will, finishing tough layups. Brook Lopez didn't matter. Robin Lopez didn't matter. His finishing over Giannis and through Giannis, like BI has arrived, and he's going to be even. I guarantee everybody listening to the stream right now, Brandon Ingram is even going to be so much better next year if he can go into the summer healthy and have a whole off season where he can work on his game. It's going to be scary what he is next year.
Yeah, because like you said, I mean, I want you to go in deep because you've been saying this like all off season. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brandon Ingram didn't even really have a training camp because he was trying to rehab from a blood clot.
Exactly. Getting into basketball shape, like didn't even really get to participate until like 2 weeks before the first preseason game. So he was behind the 8 ball completely. And so Lonzo was as well. Lonzo Ball was as well too, but BI was far behind because they didn't let him pick up a basketball until like 6 weeks before preseason, and then he didn't even get to start training and doing weight-bearing activities with as far as shooting with movement and shooting with contact until like 2 weeks before the first preseason game. So this is just off muscle memory and him just being that talented and that focused because he pretty much had a wasted offseason of slow rehab and surgery that's really, really, sensitive, like a sensitive surgery he had with the blood clots and everything. So what you're seeing from BI right now is not even what you're going to be seeing in the future. He's lucky to be playing right now, especially to be playing at a high level.
And Henny said, Pels are too young, Ingram too inconsistent in big games, but he's getting there. They need to trade Drew for a competent big. I fuck with that. I think, but what you gotta also keep in mind is that competent big they're hoping will be like Jackson Hayes.
Yeah.
They were hoping that Derek Favors will turn into that, and he's been solid for them so far. That dude is another board machine. He doesn't really do too much on the offensive end, but as far as like getting boards and getting what you want from your center, I mean he's a smaller center too. But Jackson Hayes playing behind him, knowing how to learn footwork, knowing how to learn position.
Yeah.
I think Jackson Hayes just has that fucking extreme athleticism that Derek Favors doesn't have. So exactly. I think Jackson Hayes is gonna be that big that you're talking about, Henny. But trading Drew, I definitely think they should. I just don't know what for. I think they should trade JJ Redick as well, man. Because
I would too. What are you keeping him for?
Yeah, you want to start.
He's not going to be around when you really take off.
Yeah, you want to start grooming Josh Hart's, Alexander Walker, fucking Zion. You know what I'm saying?
You're 11 games under 500 now. Like, let's go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? It's time to turn it over. Let the young guys take over.
Even Derek Favors.
Yep, and see what's up for next year.
Get all those picks. Nah, they need shooters.
Yeah, like Etuan Moore is kind of running out his welcome as a shooter for New Orleans. Just like he's not making enough shots. They need new shooters. They need shooters with some athleticism behind them and a little bit more game behind them. But so that's just not easy to find in today's NBA.
So would y'all say they need shooters as in veteran shooters, or they just need shooters, period?
That's a good question.
Because if they need veteran shooters, then I guess
they're so bad on defense, bro. They need shooters that can defend. They need 3-and-D guys. I think saying that they need 3-and-D guys is better than saying they need shooters because they shoot plenty. They're one of the best shooting teams in the NBA. They don't defend worth a damn. They need somebody who can also defend on the perimeter and down in the paint as well. You know what I'm saying? So they're lacking on that too.
So I know Drew isn't a shooter per se, but I mean he is a defender. He's really the only guard that's like 6'3", 6'4", that is literally guarding Anthony Davis. That is literally guarding Giannis. That is literally guarding these other big men that are not just completely over 240, 250. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he does well when he switches on to big men. And he's a monster on the perimeter, but it's like he just doesn't fit with that team well enough. And it doesn't seem like he's happy being a third option when he came into the season with his GM calling him an MVP candidate. It just seems like he needs a new start somewhere else where he could probably compete better this year or something like that. But I mean, with everybody waiting for the summer of 2021 and this free agency not being that stacked, it's like there's not a lot of money moving around. It's not a lot of draft. Is more draft picks being moved around because this isn't considered a strong draft class. So people are probably going to be more willing to move picks than they are going to be willing to move players and money and people who have expiring deals because everybody wants to play around in the summer of 2021.
It's gonna be
As far as
fucking,
free agency.
it's gonna be exciting to see what the Grizzlies do, because the Grizzlies, the Pelicans, who else is a young team that's out there? You got the Hawks, all these guys that are now ready to win. You know what I'm saying? Like ready to
Yeah, the
start
Mavericks
playing
want
now.
to contend. Like I wonder what the Mavericks have planned.
They better have some big things planned, because once Luka signs that rookie extension, it's over.
He may not sign another one.
He might not sign He might not sign another one. So if they don't get this shit right, bro, Luka might find his way, might trade his way. Wherever he goes, hopefully it's fucking LA. But wherever
Exactly.
he
I'm about to
goes,
say, future Laker alert, future Laker alert.
damn right we're gonna be biased in this bitch. I can see Giroux on the Mavs. Oh, that's a low key.
Drew would be good on the Mavs.
That's solid. That was a solid little
Yeah, that's some good insight right there. Drew fits perfectly with the Mavs.
That's a solid little nugget. You trade a first, you trade Tim Hardaway, and the
Yep.
Pelicans trade Drew. Ooh, okay.
I like that. And Tim Hardaway is a pretty decent type of shooter for the Pelicans too.
Yeah, good shit, Henny. That was a solid ass pick.
We
Damn.
like that. Adding to the show, my guy.
Said Drew on the Mavs. I once said I can see Drew on the Miami Heat. Let's just say if the Heat just got tired of Dragic, somebody else like a James Johnson or something like that, you take those guys away. That's like what, 28 minutes possibly, maybe a little bit more. You insert Drew Holiday on the Miami Heat, that could be dangerous. I mean, if remember those rumors that were coming out about the Bucks shopping Eric Bledsoe?
Yeah.
Would you fuck around and trade Eric Bledsoe for Holiday?
Oh man, I would. More positional size, even though Bledsoe's a really good defender himself, but I almost got caught by a fake Woj account.
Oh, what were you about to say?
Oh my god! Like I was about to, like my mouth was about to spit like a Uzi. I was about to start reading it, and then I didn't see the check. Good.
What is it? What did he say? Read that shit. I want to see. I want to hear.
Kyrie Irving has been traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for Kyle Kuzma, Danny Green, Avery Bradley, and 2 future first-round picks.
Oh my god, you would have had me going insane. I would have ended up on like
Bro,
World
there's
Star.
like 221 replies to this fake tweet, and the Los Angeles Lakers liked it. They even probably got faked.
Fuck, that's wild. That's dope.
Yeah,
that'd be some dream shit right there, man.
Got me good. Almost went for it.
So how do you I know we talked about it a little bit, but does the Grizzlies young players doing what they're doing with Iggy, does that make you like them more?
It's like,
or you think that's just like, man, just not
just
Iggy.
cut your teeth a little more in the league. That's all I'm saying. Like, just keep on.
Oh shit, you're cutting out. You there, bro? I think we lost him. Let me just double check though. Let me double check. No, you're still in there. Yo, bro. Oh. Dame time. Thanks for the host, bro. Damn. Appreciate you, man. Grizz ain't going nowhere no time soon. I don't know, man. I don't know. Especially if the West keeps looking how it's looking, bro. No one expected the Pels to, 7 through like 12 are separated by just a few games. And all those teams, I believe, all those teams except the 7th are under 500. So you never know. A team like the Grizz can sneak in. West is 2 stacked. I mean, it's top heavy. It's top heavy, but once you start going from like, I would say like 5 on down, I think anything can happen. Anything can happen. I'm not really too confident in really a lot of those teams other than the Nuggets, Lakers, Clippers, and Rockets. I'm not really fucking with anybody else. Pels went on a 13-game losing streak. They'd be in the playoffs if they didn't. They still got a chance though. Did that shit drop? Did that shit drop? Yup. Let me see. Having a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm about to add the homie back in real quick again. Boom. All right. Pels went on a 13-game losing streak. They've been in the playoffs if they didn't. But I'm about to look that shit up right now. I'm about to look up those standings. So let's see. So Rockets are in 5th place. And so we go 6. Oh, Mavericks. So I guess after Mavericks. So 7th and really 7th through 12, 13. You catch them on a bad winning streak, or bad losing streak, or a good winning streak, any of those teams can make it. Spurs, Trailblazers, Grizzlies. Pels look like they're pretty much out though. That shit's not connecting. Damn. I'm a Nets fan, so I don't care about the West. East is food. Once my boy KD come back, I believe that. That's the only person that they're missing. That's why I didn't get what Kyrie was talking about when he said we just need the right players, right pieces, and putting people under the bus and shit. When you got the right player and the right piece sitting on the bench getting ready, I think he should have held his tongue a little bit. What do you think about that? About what Kyrie said about his team on the Nets? Let me see. I'm going to try to restart this shit again. Oh yeah, that shit is not connecting. Join call. Boom. Get in that bitch. Alright. That shit not working. Oh shit. Damn. Boom. Start voice call. Alright, hopefully we can get him back. I think this should work now.
Yo.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Discord
just started tripping. I can hear you now though.
Oh, okay, I can hear you now too.
Yeah, Discord just started tripping.
That's crazy.
But we over here talking about the Nets because Henny's is a Nets fan. He said, "I don't care about the West. East is food. Once my boy KD comes back, I didn't think there was anything wrong with what he said. To be honest, I still feel we need another big and shooter. Joe Harris fell off heavy this year. Another big and another shooter. They're low key, man. I don't know about another
Jared
big.
Allen and DeAndre Jordan. Jared Allen's been plenty of impressive. Like, I don't know if you want to move on from him.
Yeah." I don't know if you want to move on from Jared Allen or DeAndre. Not until KD comes back and you see what you have with those two.
See how that looks, because a Jared Allen, Kevin Durant frontcourt to me is like a nightmare.
And then Joe Harris, I got to see what what clip he's shooting at to say.
Yeah, if he really fell off like that, because he got back invited to the 3-point shootout, but that could just be a title defense.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I'm about to just double check, because with shooters, man, we learned this the hard way. Like, you kind of just have to give them time. Like, no one expected KCP to be what he is right now, and then no one expected Danny Green to kind of be where he is, even though he's still hitting at a pretty good clip. We were just expecting so much more. He's shooting 40% from the three, though, this year. Last year, he shot 47%. So I can see why you said he fell off. He just had a really good year, like above average. Oh, yeah. So Joe Harris is still a solid-ass shooter, though, at 40%.
Yeah.
You got to keep him. You got to keep. I didn't know he was so old, though. He's 28 already. But more shooters won't hurt. Like a JJ Redick, you put a JJ Redick with like Kyrie and KD. Sheesh. That man might fucking win and score 20. Yeah, man, shit. You see what he was doing with Ben and Joel, and they ain't got nowhere near the game that Kyrie and fucking KD has.
For real. Nowhere near it.
That shit'll be insane. Brooklyn's gonna be pretty exciting to see next year, man.
Yeah, they are.
Let me see. Boom. That's dope. I'm looking at this little highlight clip where it says Zion bullies Giannis.
Oh yeah, that was pretty exciting. Even though Zion was off his game today, but that little moment.
Yeah, he was off his game, and he still kind of find a way to make an impact. That's why I'm just like, man, you calling him for Rookie of the Year, even though he's not going to play as many games as Ja Morant, it's like, how do you not even give it to him for the impact he's been able to have on this team? Like,
exactly. When he's averaging 21 and 10, when it's all said and done, it's going to be like, well, how do you not give it to him?
Yeah. Henny said, if KD's my fave player, I fuck with that.
Yeah, KD's super nice.
Mine used to be Kyrie. Now it's Luka.
Yeah, I'm an Ingram guy. I love to watch Brandon Ingram play. Even outside of my bias, like I just like his game the most. Him and AD. I know I sound biased as hell. Who else could I throw out there and not sound so biased? D'Angelo Russell. Oh, never mind.
That's
really
that's
bad
the
still.
fucking.
Oh man, I like watching everybody though. Let's just say that. I don't want to say anybody else. They'll probably still have Laker ties.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that you could possibly say. I mean, that's really it. You can't go any further than that. Everybody else is just like, eh.
Yeah.
KD's been the best player in the league to me since 2014.
Ooh, that's going back pretty far there, my brother.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's going back pretty far. I would say last year he had his best argument.
Mm-hmm.
I would say last year was his first year where it was like, okay, we're really having this conversation now, and it's really starting to lean his way.
Yeah.
I think last year was the first year for that, especially in the playoffs, like before he got hurt and everything like that. It was just another level he was on.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
We've talked about this before. I don't know if we talked about it off air or on air, but this year and beyond was going to be his time.
That's what I expected from Kyrie, man. That's what I was hoping for. But with KD coming back next year, hopefully he comes back all the way healthy, because he's gonna fuck around and drop 30. I'm hoping that helps Kyrie. Kyrie fucks around and drops 30, and then they just take the East by storm. I don't see nobody beating them. I don't see the Celtics. I don't see the Bucks. They gotta improve substantially. Substantially? Yeah, huh?
Yep, substantially.
Okay. For sure. Just checking. I ain't trying to, y'all motherfuckers is gonna guess it. What did I say that one time, bro? Oh, fuck. You corrected that shit. Oh, no.
Man. Who knows? We've had too many conversations, man.
Yeah, man, but it's already 10:30, and unfortunately, man, your boy gotta work.
Close it down.
Your boy gotta work in the morning, man, but it was fucking dope as fuck to have y'all in the chat. Thank you, Henny. Everybody that was in this bitch. Joby, mostly just Henny, so you the only one in here too, so I fuck with you, Henny. Make sure to follow us, bro. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. So y'all got Lakers winning chip this year. Thanks for the follow, bro. We appreciate you. Man, my bias tells me yes, right? My biases tell me yes. I just don't know if we have. I don't know. I just don't know if LeBron could really close it out in year what he's 17, year 8, 17.
17, 35 years old.
I don't know in year 17 if he has the skill set to really close it out. And can Davis be the one to carry us to win a championship? You know what I'm saying? Can Davis do what Kyrie did, do what Kevin Durant did, do what LeBron has done? You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I believe he can. Even outside of my bias,
Like,
I think the Lakers are the scariest team because when it all slows down and things get crunchy, only team that even worries me a little bit is the Clippers.
yeah.
Like, so I mean, I guess if you're asking me if it's Lakers Clippers, am I a little worried? Yeah, for sure, because the Clippers have this other thing going on. The Clippers are the team I hate the most because they worry me the most. But other than that, oh yeah, I don't want to see LeBron and Anthony Davis and Danny Green shooting at his best, or KCP playing at the way he's been playing. Like the Lakers are, and those two centers with teams trying to go small and stuff. Like, yeah, I'll be afraid of the Lakers, very afraid, unless on the Clippers, because the Clippers have beaten every contending team that they faced, I believe, except for Milwaukee. I'm not sure if they beat Milwaukee. I think they got smashed on by Milwaukee.
Yeah. But yeah, time will tell, man. Time will tell.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll see.
fucking. I can't wait. We might be fucking streaming that shit as the games are going and just giving like having
Yeah,
watch
man.
parties and shit. That would be dope.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. It's been a while for Laker fans since we've been in the playoffs. We are about
Yeah.
to turn up to the maximum. I don't think other fan bases are ready.
I just
for
don't
how
want to
it's
see
about to be.
Portland.
Oh yeah, Portland in the first round is crucial, but I still think the Lakers will handle them. But you don't want to have a 7-game series in the first round.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the fucking Grizzlies, for the
Yeah,
Thunder, the Spurs. That's really it. That's the only ones that really have a real chance. I guess the Suns possibly, but
Yeah,
yeah, man. But man, thank you for tuning in, man. I'm about to head
yeah,
out.
we're out of here.
We're out this bitch, and we'll see y'all on the next one. And it won't be so long of a layoff this time. We might
Yeah.
come back in a couple of days. So we'll see y'all in a couple of days. Y'all
For sure.
take care.
RP Kobe.